Hey, happy Monday. So if y'all have been following along, we did something crazy last week and we became a 4 dog family, uh, which we said we would never do. And then we did it. And I wanted to come in today and talk about what our first week as a 4 dog pack has been like. Um, so first of all, Sasha is the dog that we uh, rescued, picked up from the shelter, all the things, whatever. Her name is Sasha. However, she didn't seem to respond to Sasha, and we are all about picking something else. So we've started calling her B. And after having her for about a week, we get just about the same response from either name, which is pretty much none. She's a really good dog, though. She is. She just she's 3 years old, and she is, if you haven't seen pictures, she is pit, and she has the attention span of a 3-year-old child. Uh, so it's hard to get her to focus long enough to do anything. Not to mention, this is why I wanted to talk. This is why I wanted to talk, because we have these expectations when we get a new animal, whether it's a dog or a horse or whatever, that they have some kind of training. And like when we first talked about adopting B, it was, well, she is house trained, she knows sitting down, and she plays fetch, and she gets along with other dogs. So it sounded like this was going to be like super easy integration. However, it's really hard to get her to sit. It is uber hard to get her out of your bubble, which is that these are things that our dogs know. Leave it. Yeah, also not a great thing for her. But I don't think that she doesn't know these things. I think that she does. And like there are times where you can clearly see she understands what you're saying because of her reactions. But she's not always doing it. And instead of getting frustrated, instead of blaming the dog, instead of even returning her to the shelter or getting rid of her to someone else because she's not working out, that's not how we roll. We needed to look at, okay, well, the reason why she went to the shelter was because her owner passed away. And she spent some time alone with her owner who had passed away. And on top of that, then she goes to the shelter. She comes to us. She's not just brought to a new home with new people to learn. She's brought to a home with 3 other dogs to learn. So basically, we're extending all sorts of grace to B this whole last week, and we will continue to because we don't know her whole story. We know bits and pieces of it. And part of those bits and pieces is she's a great, well-behaved dog, and she hasn't destroyed anything. So she is a great, well-behaved dog, right? Like nothing's been destroyed. But she's not meeting the expectations that we were given, and that's not her fault. Our expectations are our own responsibility, and she's going to start talking now because she wants something. She's very vocal, and we love it. Anyway, what do you want? But one of the things that we've done is I do use essential oils. So when we would leave her home alone, which she's only been home alone twice, she's going to get oiled up. She had, you guys, the worst diarrhea this week. It's been horrible. Horrible. I can't even, okay? Like all over the house when you least expect it, and like she wasn't even asking to go out. We did the work though, and we found that I do emotion code. Body code is something else that is very similar to emotion code that I do a little bit of, and my sister is doing as well. And so I had my sister do a body code session on B, and the same night that she did that session, yeah, she pooed out some things that probably shouldn't have been in her belly. And now I also muscle tested a new supplement called BioSponge, which is something that you might be familiar with if you're in the horse world, that we use in foals and adult horses as well that also go through these really diarrhea-y periods. So with 3 meals with BioSponge plus a body code session, B not only had no accidents in the last 36 hours, but she also had a solid poop. And yes, my husband called me and we celebrated together with shouts and praise to B because she pooped a solid poop outside. And it does appear that now that she's feeling better, she's also more willing to say, hey, I have needs. I need to go outside. And I think that I think we can all understand that a little bit. When you have diarrhea, you might not even have time to say, hey, I have needs. But anyways, the long and short of it is that we knew going into this that we were getting a dog with a lot of question marks, because when you can't talk to the previous owner, you have holes. And though she isn't that old and we don't expect that she's been through anything major, we just want to go through this whole process with grace and understand that she's emotionally probably not in the best place. I don't know about you, but it doesn't matter how long you're with someone. If they up and die on you and they're the only person that you've known, that's traumatic. So we just want to take care of her with grace through the rest of the week. And I wanted to bring this to you and show you a practical application of what I'm talking about when I say that we need to, with our horses that we get from rescues, with our dogs that we get from rescues, we really need to be looking at them and treating them as someone, as a being that has an emotional being that has been through trauma, because we don't know. And really just offer them grace and cover all of the bases to the best of our ability. So that was kind of a sum of our last week with her. She has played ball with the boys, which I've had in my stories, and she's great at playing ball. She loves it. She's fitting in quite nicely, and she is a bed hog. So there's that. But anyways, that's really it. We've done well, I think, so far, getting everybody acclimated to each other. So that's all. Happy Monday. Hope that helped anyone to see where I'm coming from and a different perspective when we look at getting new animals that we don't know their backstory and having expectations for them. So, all right. Have a great Monday night, you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow.